this been on?
Some of it.
All right, so let's just not play videos. Is
Yep.
it still going to hear us?
It doesn't at the moment because I have us down.
No.
Oh. What is that?
Welcome in, everybody, to Hampshire Field under the lights. This is Blair Academy Girls Soccer versus Kittatinny Regional High School for another local battle. We just saw the field hockey team take down Newton High School by a score of 2-0. And so far here in the first half, Blair is tied with Kittatinny 0-0. Talked to Coach Lunger before the game, and one of the main points was to just keep the ball in their offensive zone. If they can keep Kittatinny's opportunities to score down, they should be able to win. So she wants a low-scoring affair. Defense is the name of their game. They have an outstanding standout goalie in Rachel Cooley, who had 9 saves over the weekend in a 1-0 victory over the Hun School, where Olivia West tossed in the only goal of the game, and Blair came out victorious against their Maple foe. The starters for Blair: Rachel Cooley in net, Eileen Chung at midfield, Hannah Klein at defense, Jane Kim a forward, Liana Zranchev midfielder, Morgan Williard at midfielder as well, Susan Andreas on defense, Olivia West at forward, Rebecca Cooley, who's another captain along with her sister, Rachel at midfield, Casey White at defense, and Rachel Hoffman at defense as well. And Rachel Cooley will scoop this one up before the Kittatinny forward was able to make a shot on goal. A lot of defense so far here in the first 10 to 15 minutes of this game. There's Olivia West with a shot on goal just above the crossbar. That's a second opportunity for Blair that almost went in. Couple opportunities. No second chances yet because they were both over the net, but 2 great shots by the Blair forwards. We're going to take a quick look at this again. Olivia West with the left foot. Getting a little bit too much mustard on it, a la Roberto Baggio in 1996. And Olivia gets it back. Olivia only a sophomore. You can see she has a great future ahead of her. In front of the net, that's Jane Kim. And Kim is knocked to the turf. And it looks like it will be a foul against Kittatinny. They're going to set up a wall as Olivia West will take the free kick. Looks like Olivia West is a lefty in the first place. So that could explain why she rocketed the last goal over the net. West surveying the field. Towards the net, and this one off the top of the crossbar once again. He's making friends with that crossbar. Klein advances it down. Kim gets it over to Liana. Chung trying to get it over to Becca Cooley. Becca Cooley with the assist of Olivia West's goal against Hun this past weekend. And we'll get into the Cooley sisters a little bit later on, as Casey Witt knocks this into the Kittatinny bench. Kim gets it downfield for West. West chasing after it, and there is Marissa Coombs. Marissa Coombs, a senior captain on this Kittatinny team, an excellent player. We'll hear more about her a little bit later, but Coombs really making her presence felt on the defensive side of the ball. She's a midfielder, but really makes her name for herself defending. Rachel Van Gordon will throw it in for Kittatinny. Two T's, two N's. Cooley comes out of the box to get this one, and she'll punt it away. All the way to midfield. She finds Kim. Kim looking for Williard, and Williard unable to come up with it. Beautiful night here at Blair. We were here Saturday night to see the Buccaneers take down the Hun Raiders on the football field, on this same field, but in the sport of football, by a score of 23-8. It's a great game. Just saw Blair field hockey take down Newton High School, and the girls soccer team looking to follow suit. Coombs boots it away for Kittatinny. Kim gets a leg on it. And then Cooley again with a nice play. Rachel Cooley and her sister Becca Cooley both looking to play at the next level, and both absolutely can, according to their coach, Penn Lunger, who played at Davidson College down in Charlotte, North Carolina. Graduated, I believe, in 2001. A couple years older than another famous Davidson alum, Chris Monfiletto, as West down towards the corner, and this is off the side of the net. Man, she's an exciting player to watch. Maddie Busso in net for Kittatinny. Boots it away, and that's a great kick by Rachel Hoffman. Hoffman gets it deep into Kittatinny's territory. Becca Cooley giving chase. There she goes, all the way across the field. A great pass to Kim. Kim to West. West back to Kim, and this one booted away by the Kittatinny defenseman. Kim trying to go back out to Cooley. Disrupted by a Mabley. Cooley on the far sideline. This one intercepted by Coombs, who's going to kick it out of bounds right at her coach. Hoffman fighting for possession. Helped out by Kim, but this will be Kittatinny ball. And Morgan wins the head ball there, Morgan Williard. This one into Blair territory. And Susan Andreas is going to knock it away. Coombs misses it. Gets it right over to Chung. It's Hannah Klein clearing it out with a big boot from the Blair defensive zone. And this one drilled downfield by Hoffman. About 19.5 to go here in the first half. Cooley attempts to head it, but it goes behind her. Regroups, and she goes after Ellen Fuchs.
Nice, Rachel.
Coombs trying to get it to her fellow midfielder, but this one is controlled by Williard and then knocked out of bounds by Kittatinny. So Williard will throw it in for the Bucks, or she will toss it to Hannah Klein, who will do the honors for the Buccaneers. Welcome in our color analyst here, Derek Raymond, who's been known to show out on a soccer pitch in his day.
I did, but I called it a field. I wasn't European at the time.
Okay.
I am now, though.
It's good you made that transition.
I'm a progressive man.
As Rebecca Cooley controls it just beyond midfield. Looking for Kim, and this one booted away by Kittatinny. Kept alive by Klein. High in the air. Nice head ball there by Rachel Hoffman.
We've seen a couple of really good chances by Blair so far. Two of them rocketed off the crossbar, unfortunately. But what a left foot, huh?
Yeah, really strong foot. Exciting player, too, is that Olivia West. Scored a goal this past weekend. Really a bright future ahead of her, and she's already one of the best players on this team. This one headed, it looked like it was out of bounds off of Callie Van Gordon. But Kittatinny will regain possession. Williard tries to clear it to no avail. Chung tries to get it to West. And Coombs boots it deep into Blair territory.
I know sometimes when you see players at midfield just kind of wind up and kick it down there, that there's no rhyme or reason. But that was actually a good ball by Coombs. She had some players streaking forward, and all they needed to do was get ahead on it and settle it, and you have a quick shot. So they're trying to Kittatinny's trying to give themselves some chances here with some nice deep balls from the midfield.
Look for the matchup between Marissa Coombs and Becca Cooley. Two midfielders for each team, both captains. Both, you can pretty much say, the heart and soul of both teams, of each team. Andrea's trying to get it to Williard, and West comes up with it. West putting the moves on Schoen. And Williard tries to fight for position down the near sideline, but goes out of bounds, and it will be Kittatinny ball.
Well challenged, though. She just turns the corner, has a little bit better angle. She's all by herself with an angle to the goalie.
It's a shot by Molly Fitzpatrick. This will go out of bounds. 15 minutes to go here in the first half. Buccaneers a very, very tough team. You can never, ever question their effort. It's Cooley trying to keep control of it in the center of the field. Gets it knocked away by Van Gordon. Cooley looking for Chung. Chung with the centering pass, and this is swallowed up by Matty Busso.
Another good try by Blair, sending a player streaking down the sideline, hoping that they can beat out the defender and turn the corner and give a centering cross. Unfortunately, not enough angle, couldn't get the cross inside the goal line.
Oh, good pass, but a better play there by Andreas. Comes in to intercept it. And this gets by Amabile. Ball booted to midfield. Over the head of Kim. Hannah Klein chasing after it.
Just a little late catching up to that ball was Kittatinny.
Allie Fuchs chasing after it. One of the standout stars for this Kittatinny team. West controls it. She has Marissa Coombs waiting for it. Cooley with a nice move. Just tries to get it down into Kittatinny territory, but it is stopped by Van Gordon, who will kick it out of bounds. Andreas looking for Cooley. Cooley back to Klein, who kicks this one off the end of her foot. So this will go out of bounds. And this one will go out of bounds. Hoping one of these balls doesn't smack one of our cameras.
We had a little bit unfortunate happening while setting up, but the camera was okay. Now we just hope that one of these players can do their best to avoid it.
Yeah, the camera housing will make arrangements, funeral arrangements for it later on. As Klein controls it, dribbles it past Fuchs, but this will go out of bounds, and it'll be in possession of Kittatinny.
Yeah, here's a good opportunity for Kittatinny as she backs into our camera by accident to get her players, her team upfield here. Try and put some pressure on the goalie. Get a shot. Like here's a great chance.
Here's an opportunity for Kittatinny, well defended by Blair. And Cooley with an opportunity to clear it, and she does. West tries to get it back to Cooley, but now it's back in Kittatinny's possession. Shot on goal, and this will be wide of the net. It'll be a goal kick for the Buccaneers.
That's what you're talking about.
That's what you're talking about.
Cooley set to tee off. Boots it downfield, met by Kim. Takes a Kittatinny bounce. Good header by Cooley. Coming out to Andreas. And Andreas will kick it out of bounds, being hassled on the play by Van Gordon. Into the game for Blair, Lizzie McNeil. senior forward for the Bucks. And this one deep into Kittatinny territory. There's Olivia West. She's got an open shot. She takes it in for the goal. 1-0 Buccaneers. Olivia West gets it to the right of Maddie Busso for the first goal of the game. It's a great pass, a great ball, leading it down to Olivia West, who does the rest from there. Defended on the play by 2 defensemen from Kittatinny and outruns all of them. Check out this beautiful kick right into the right corner, the back of the net. Unbelievable.
Yeah, this play started from a turnover in the midfield set up by a good pass. So, even though the midfield play looks at times a little boring, it's important to win these possessions between the 40s. So it's a very good job by Blair to set that up and find their streaking forward.
And you never know when something like that is going to open up. And I think that's part of the strategy with Coach Lunger here is to be very strong defensively. And when they find an opening on the offensive end, they have to take advantage of it.
Yeah, it's really a time game. Just bide your time, be patient, don't try and force anything, because once you start trying to force and overwork, that's when you leave your defensive players vulnerable, because they'll start trying to press up a little bit harder than they should and make something happen. And really just, let your defense work, set it up in the midfield, and your forwards will be streaking when you need them. Yeah,
and it's almost as if they wear their opponents down with the kind of defense that they play, as West kicks this one towards the goal again, and this one will be knocked away by Coombs.
Another good opportunity right here. Very patient work, again, set up by possession in the midfield. We'll have a chance to look at our first corner of the game here.
And this will be Cooley. And it just misses, but this one over the net. That just misses the head of, I believe, Jane Kim in the middle there for the Bucks.
I think with 8 minutes to go in the half, Blair's doing what they need to win this game, and that's smooth play, crisp passing, and patience more than anything else.
Blair leading 1-0 at home under the lights here at Hampshire Field against Kittatinny Regional High School. 7.5 to go here in the first half, as this one gets all the way down to Rachel Cooley.
Unfortunately, Kittatinny didn't have anyone down there, no forward streaking to that low through ball.
Great job by Hoffman getting it back into the Kittatinny zone. Really impressed by Hoffman defensively so far today. Olivia West deciding to wear those neon green shoes so you can't miss her on the field. I feel like that's a huge hit nowadays with
I
the
think
kids.
It's a great look.
You go into a Dick's Sporting Goods and you see nothing. There's a whole neon section.
That's, I should buy some of those. I think as an analyst, we should start wearing bright colors, don't you, Tom?
No, I think I'm just going to stick with the darker, more slimming ones and your primary colors, your Roy G. Biv, if you will. Van Gordon's going to throw this one in for Kittatinny, trying to set up her forwards. It's a good chuck. And this will go off the shoulder of Camille Avarella. Good job. Fuchs is fearless, using her body to deflect that one.
Yeah, she almost took a size 7 to the chin, but like you said, fearless.
Hoffman once again taking it from Kittatinny.
Well,
Get out of the zone. Hoffman's done an outstanding job here so far. So there's going to be a foul against Blair. A little bit too physical. Coombs to boot it away for Kittatinny. Gets it in the middle of the field. This one bounces off a Chung, and it will be controlled by Kim. Kim being matched by Van Gordon. Some excellent speed.
Well maintained.
Trying to lead West, and that's a good job by Kittatinny to get it out of bounds.
Well maintained by Kim. Even though the faster midfielder got to her, she was able to fend her off and get a nice through ball, which ultimately set up this possession here.
Schoen doing a great job defending Olivia West. Going to knock it out of bounds once again. Cooley will throw it in for the Bucks. McNeil looking for Dorsa. And this one will be controlled by Kittatinny. And it will find itself out of bounds. That's Casey Witt with the nice header there. Casey Witt, the junior defenseman for the Bucks. Good job by Cooley. Nice move. Looking for West. West defended well by Schoen on the last two possessions. This one towards the goal, bending to the right and just outside of the net. So this will be Kittatinny. This will be a goal kick for Kittatinny.
Another great shot, and or a good chance, and almost a great shot. But again, finding yourself a little wide here. These players, they'll oftentimes aim for that post because that's where they know the goalies often can't get to it. So they really have to pick their spots, and unfortunately found herself just a little wide.
Just over 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Blair trying to add to their lead. Olivia West with the lone goal of the game. Olivia West scored the only goal in this Saturday's victory over the Hun School. Refs letting some physical play go here. And this one to Chung. This right into the arms of Busso. Good save there. But a nice opportunity for the Buccaneers. Cooley trying to get her forehead on it. I think took one off the nose there, shaken up a little bit, but she's back in play. And Coombs will knock this one out of bounds. And on cue, Cooley gets it on the left corner. She gets it in close, and it's cleared out by Kittatinny.
Good opportunity again.
And McNeil attempting to clear it for the Bucks. $30 to go here in the half. Good defense by Blair once again. They're really standing behind its defense as they have all season long. And clear it out almost into the Kittatinny zone. 10 seconds to go. Kittatinny trying to get a shot on goal. Blair being too stingy. And that will do it for the first half of play here as the Blair Buccaneers enter the first half, winning by a score of 1-0. Goal scored by Olivia West. We're going to take a quick look at it right here. Just a beautiful goal, a beautiful ball leading to the goal. Almost like a quarterback leading a receiver.
Yeah, here it is, set up by a beautiful long high cross from their own side, dropped right in front, and a nice smooth low left foot to the corner.
That's
Textbook.
An excellent decision on where to kick the ball as well, going against the grain. It's almost like throwing across your body, but a great kick there by West, a great goal there by Blair. Blair leads 1-0 going into the second half. So we were coming from the field hockey game over to the soccer game. It took us a little bit to get the audio version of the broadcast in tune, but we do have some different elements that we want to bring to the table that we were going to go through before the game started. And the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to show you our spotlight on the two Cooley sisters for the Buccaneers. They are twins. Rachel Cooley, as we said, is in net. She's the stalwart in net for the Buccaneers. She is a captain. Rebecca Cooley, a midfielder who had the lone assist this past Saturday in the 1-0 win over Hun, is also a senior and a captain as well. So you have the heart on the left and the soul on the right. Both of the Cooley sisters really leading this team all season long, and you can see they're very, very tough, hard-working individuals. And you can see, especially in net tonight, very impressed with Rachel Cooley. She had 9 saves over the weekend, and obviously Rebecca Cooley's all over the field. 1 minute you see her making a stop on the defensive end, another minute you see her trying to set up a goal on the offensive end. So 2 outstanding players that we're getting to see here today.
I've really been impressed with how Rebecca has been able to control the pace, and that's really what midfielders are supposed to do. They help control the tempo, because like we saw with the goal here, it really does start with a good cross, a crisp pass to a forward. Yes, forwards get all the glory ultimately because they're the ones who score the goal, but it's not without the help of a solid midfielder. And then to win these games, Rachel's got to be tough, as she's shown through the first half. Couple shots on net, nothing by her, so she's keeping her cool, and she's actually setting up the offense very well with her deep punts and deep goal kicks.
On the other side for Kittatinny, spotlighted player is Marissa Coombs. We talked about her a little bit. She's also a midfielder, but sometimes she'll stay back and play some defense for Kittatinny, and you can see how talented she is. She's all over the field. She's marking up the best players on Blair's team. She's a 2-year captain, which says a lot. Somebody to come in as a junior and be selected as a captain. And also her senior year, she was voted a captain as well. And she's a 4-year starter. So all 4 years here at Kittatinny, she's been a starter, which says a lot. She wants to play at the next level. Looks like from what we've seen today, that is not out of the realm of possibilities.
Oh, no, she can totally do it. The coaches love her. The team loves her. She's very inspiring, upbeat, and just look at that hair. Tom, I heard you had hair like that years ago.
I once did.
That's fantastic.
It was beautiful. Some people mistook me for
Maybe Fabio?
Man, I couldn't think of somebody with long hair fast enough.
That's Fabio for
maybe
me.
Furio Giunta from The Sopranos, perhaps. Let's take a look at the coaches for the Blair Buccaneers. Coach Penn Lunger is her 4th season as a head coach. She's also an English teacher at the school. As we said, she graduated from Davidson College in 2001. Davidson College, a small liberal arts school in Charlotte, North Carolina. Beautiful school, beautiful campus. As I mentioned earlier, my brother went there.
That's a nice plug.
She was the captain and the team MVP in the year 2000. Kara McCabe is the assistant coach. She's an English teacher as well. She's a Colby College graduate. Only has NESCAC career. She graduated in 2006. She was a captain during the 2005 season. She also contributed to the track team, and here at Blair, she is the varsity track coach as well. Some of the players that have come through the Blair program that are playing at the next level, as Coach McCabe and Coach Lunger did. Meredith Haberman went to Franklin and Marshall to play. Stacy Alario to Worcester College. Winnie Adrian to Ithaca College in Central New York. Beth Martins, University of Rochester. Kate Serdeval, another NESCAC player at Middlebury College. Diamond Washington, the University of Army. Ariel Akins, University of Hartford. Anna Greik, DePaul University in Chicago. And Allison Serdeval, also Middlebury College. So this is a program that sends and places girls at the next level, really prepares them well for college soccer, and we're going to see a lot of these players on the field today. I can bet both Cooley sisters play at the next level. I can guarantee Olivia West will play at the next level. So that's really what it's all about, and that's something that you can definitely hang your hat on here.
Were the Sertivals related? Were they sisters?
I would guess.
It's nice to see, and hopefully that happens with the twins on Blair. Maybe not, but it's nice to see once you have an established relationship. Yes, they're sisters, but I mean on the field, an established relationship for playing for so long. You see that Beth and Allison both went to Middlebury in Vermont, I believe.
Oh yeah, another beautiful campus.
A beautiful campus. They've got a ski mountain right by the campus. It's called Snow Bowl. I've had an opportunity to ski there a couple times. It's a beautiful campus, beautiful mountain. But like I was saying, it's nice to see sisters and brothers from other schools go on to play with each other at the next level. It kind of reminds me of the tennis twins, those brothers. What are their names?
The Winklevosses?
Sure. I don't think that's who I'm thinking of.
Right. No, I knew that's what you weren't thinking of.
But the doubles teams, there's a certain chemistry that they have that is certainly a factor and an advantage over everyone else on the field.
All right, and we see that with the Cooley sisters as of right now on Blair's team this season. We'll go to Saturday's matchup over the Hun School. We mentioned it a bunch of times. Olivia West put in the goal. Becca Cooley was the one on the assist, and Rachel Cooley had 9 saves. It was her second shutout of the season. So if Blair can win this one, get on a little bit of a roll, and it will be something that they can take with them as a little bit of momentum as the season comes and the Maple schedule starts to ramp up. So under the lights here against a local team, no better way to do it. Take a look at the upcoming schedule here for the Buccaneers. They will take on Whippany Park at 4:15. I'm trying to think of what day that is. That's Wednesday, and it'll be at Whippany Park. And they'll take on Mercersburg, as all of the fall sports for Blair will travel to Mercersburg this Saturday. They'll take on the soccer team at 1:30. Then they'll be at Newark Academy next week. I believe that is next Wednesday at 4 p.m. Then they'll go at Hill, so they have a decent road trip ahead of them. They'll be at Hill that Saturday at 2:30. They'll be at North Warren, which is about a mile down the road, at 4:15 that Tuesday, the following Tuesday. Then they will host Lawrenceville at home Saturday, November 2nd at 2:30, and then they will go to Petty for the annual Petty Blair Day, November 9th. That game will start at 1 o'clock. Obviously, the teams in black signify Maple games, as Hun, this schedule was created as we were supposed to do the game last Monday, which is why we have 2 games before today listed on this schedule. But the game against Hun, obviously, is over and done with, and they came out on the other end of that one. So a tough schedule coming up. Starting off their Maple season 1-0. They look to go 2-0 this weekend against Mercersburg. Whatever happened before that really doesn't matter when you're vying for a conference championship.
That's a tough middle of the schedule right there. Five games away. I know that there's not huge crowds here. For support.
But it's about comfort. It's about comfort
Exactly.
level. You play under the lights. You enjoy it. You walk from your dorm to the field. It's
right. You don't have to travel. You get more time to to warm up, to relax, to prep yourself for the game. And so best of luck on that middle of the schedule right there. 5 away games. Whew.
And just a reminder, October 24th, 25th, and 26th, you can catch the 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee, which is the fall play being performed by the Blair Academy Performing Arts Department. It will be at Dubois Theater. You can also catch Blair on stage November 1st at 8:45 here on campus. We were just by the brand new Art Center, which is fantastic. And then the fall concert, November 22nd at 7 p.m., be sure to check out all 3 of those performances here on Blair's campus. As the second half gets underway here, Blair leading 1-0 over Kittatinny. We will put 40 minutes on the clock, and we will get underway here under the lights at Hampshire Field. West facing a horde of defenders, and Kittatinny already taking a more aggressive approach as the second half gets underway. Kim with a nice ball looking for West, but Coombs is right there to knock it away. West with a centering pass. Andrea's fighting for possession over there, and she gets it, and she will inbound it for the Bucks, as this one is subsequently knocked out of bounds via the forehead of Morgan Williard. So across midfield. And a good pass, but attempted to be cleared out there by Whitty. And this is the first legitimate shot on goal for Kittatinny here in the second half. Scooped up by Cooley.
I wish the forward there was streaking to the post, because that would have been an excellent redirect if she had gotten there.
You can see definite more sense of urgency from Kittatinny here as the second half gets underway.
Certainly, a lot of pressure. There is this sense of urgency. They just have to be careful that they're not pressing so much that a long cross gets dropped in. They sneak one in behind them. But I do like the pressure. I think it's necessary for them. They were sitting on their heels through the first half.
A great pass from Rachel Cooley to Olivia West. And West looking to get it back in towards the middle of the field. Putting some shakes on the defender. And this one will be kicked away by Schoen.
It's well defended by...
I'm sorry, that was Molly Fitzpatrick.
There you go. I couldn't see the number, but she stayed home, waited for it to come through, didn't commit to either one, was able to fend off a chance.
Busso kicks it towards midfield. Cooley gets her head on it.
A little bit of miscommunication between the Blair midfielder and forward as to who's going to own up to that ball, and Kittatinny just swept right in.
Fuchs fighting for possession down there on the sideline. Fuchs, one of the probably the go-to forward on this Kittatinny squad. Very talented player.
Very fast, too. Very fast.
But that is an offsides call against Kittatinny, so it will be Blair ball. Cool breeze starting to flow through the air here at Hampshire Field.
My jacket, it's in the car.
The moon is about 3/4 full. The campus is just outstanding.
Even at night when you can't see much, in this press box you have the athletic building looming in the background.
Hardwick Hall.
Very nice facility.
And this one is caught by Busso. Good kick there by Olivia West. You can see off in the distance some wrestlers cutting weight, preparing for the season. Also some football players determined from their 23-8 victory over the Hun School. They're going to take on Mercersburg this Saturday.
A very exciting game this weekend under the lights.
Oh, you're talking about that just happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great to see Blair coming off a really tough loss at Germantown Academy, where I don't think anybody expected that outcome. It was a 31-0 loss, and they came back. They had a bye week, came back, watched a lot of film, prepared, had some great weeks, had some great practices within those 2 weeks. Put in a new quarterback, found another quarterback. Kyle Jaksic stepped in, did a great job. And Demetrius Daltiris, who was playing quarterback, you would think he might take that. Some players might be upset about that decision. He's not a natural quarterback. He's a wide receiver, but they had to put him there because their postgraduate, Jordan Barbarata, had been hurt in preseason. But he took it like an absolute champ, had an unbelievable attitude, and played one of his best games of the year, maybe of his career, defensively and at wide receiver on Saturday. Did an outstanding job and really shows to his character and his commitment to this team. Also, Quashay Hendricks, a postgraduate, who played against his former team. He went to Hun for 4 years, had a great game, and, of course, Ontario Taz Bateman as well, scampering into the end zone.
Outstanding performance.
One of the best runs that I've seen this year.
Coach Stone called that big loss against Germantown humbling.
Yeah.
It was a humbling experience for him. Really brought them back down to earth.
Here's Olivia West looking to humble her opponent here. West creating space for herself towards the goal, and it's in. What a shot. From up here, it looked like a centering pass, but she had no intentions of passing that one. That finds the back of the net. Unbelievable goal, again, by Olivia West. That makes 2 in tonight's game and 3 in her past 2 games.
Yeah, just an unbelievable effort. Again, patient play that started off in the midfield. Let's take another look at it here, Tom.
See, creating a lot of space, giving her a lot of room was Schoen, who's done an outstanding job since the first goal by West.
I mean, she's just very patient play. Held on to it for a long time. She was never challenged.
And then just rockets it.
She was never challenged. Again, just aiming for those small spots against those posts there where she knows the goalie can't get to it.
Perfect placement, perfect opportunity. A great job by the Blair Academy forward. The sophomore, Olivia West. Outstanding job so far today.
Here we have a corner to be taken.
And we'll shuffle this over to our quasi-corner cam.
She sends it just a short pass to set up.
Yeah, this is a situation where Olivia West has the hot foot, if you will. So you just get it in her possession and watch her do some work.
She's feeling it.
And this one booted almost up to the press box.
Lucky fans going home with a souvenir.
I don't think so.
No?
You don't keep soccer balls. Oh, man, that hit a lot of flesh. Off the chest, off the face. Back into play. Coombs boots this one into Blair territory. Gets past Hoffman. Casey Witt tries to clear it to no avail. Jane Kim has it forced out of bounds by Marissa Coombs. Coombs takes a bit of a shot on that play.
That'll be a free kick for Kittatinny. Linesman thought it was a little bit too aggressive.
Marissa Coombs, not the biggest player on the Kittatinny field, but plays like it. A lot of opportunities for the Buccaneers inside the Kittatinny zone. This one centered. And it'll be cleared out by Kittatinny. Camille Alvarella. Hannah Klein hustling over there for Blair on the far sideline. So, aside from today, the next home game for Blair girls soccer and for football for that matter will be here against Lawrenceville.
When's that, Tom?
I believe that is November 2nd.
That's a long time to play away from home.
That's a long time to play away from home, and then that's it, pretty much.
Well, they're certainly putting on a performance for their for the women's soccer team faithful.
Alvarella keeps it inbounds, and this will be taken over by Andreas, I believe. Oh, that's Hoffman. Apologies. And Fuchs looking to test Cooley for the second time this half. And this one will travel out of bounds.
This Blair defensive line is everywhere. They're fast, they're aggressive, and no one's really challenging just by themselves. They seem to gang up on every available ball.
Really outstanding game plan so far today for the Buccaneers. Fuchs getting it to the center of the field looking for Avarella. Avarella being marked by Hoffman. And Hoffman has been a staunch defender all season long, especially today. Kim keeps it in bounds. Looking to get it across the field. And that's a great defensive job by Kittatinny. So lead to a goal kick from Busso. Coach Stone, head coach of the football and baseball teams here, also the athletic director, and I believe at one point he coached hockey too.
Wow.
Yeah. Baseball team won back-to-back Prep A championships. And they have pretty much their entire team coming back this year, so should be another fun season in the spring for Coach Stone. Coach Stone played his ball at University of North Carolina. As West could find herself at the University of North Carolina if she keeps playing the way she's playing.
Another shot, but this one went a little wide. Nothing much there, but might as well put her on net, see what happens. They're doing a great job, Tom, of just continually applying pressure.
Is this a situation where you just focus all of your energy on holding Kittatinny and keeping the ball away from them, or do you try to just go for as many goals as you possibly can and get it as much out of reach as possible?
I mean, it seems like they're doing a great job of keeping possession, and they want to keep possession and at the same time advance the ball, and that's what leads to these opportunities. Keeping possession and slowly working the way upfield. The opportunities will come. It's when what you don't want to have is them to keep possession and just hold back and not do anything, because that's when you'll get a turnover. deep in their territory, where you'll have Kittatinny players just flashing up the sidelines and ready to pounce. So they're doing a really good job, like right here, of applying lots of pressure.
Williard taking control of it for the Buccaneers. And she tries to center it to Kim, and this one is kicked out of bounds.
We'll have another corner kick.
So this will be a nice corner kick as Cooley runs over to retrieve the ball. See beautiful Hardwick Hall in the background here.
So I like this. I like this setup right here. They're away from the post, and they want to streak in when she hits it. There they go.
Coombs trying to get it out of the zone. And Kittatinny is able to. But this is stopped by Cooley. And off of Coombs. And Coombs clears it past Hoffman. Good move by Fuchs.
Excellent move.
Getting it down to the corner, looking to center it. Centering shot, and Avarella gets this one knocked away by Klein.
But Kittatinny will have a look at their first corner tonight, though. A great opportunity, that started with some fancy footwork on the sideline.
Madison Harple to kick it away for Kittatinny. So in the center of the goal, and Witt able to clear it out for the Buccaneers. West giving chase. Off the head of Schoen, trying to control it for Kittatinny, but Kim makes that difficult for her. And Cooley just knocks it down deeper into the Kittatinny zone. Coach Lunger looking to get some subs into the game for Blair. It's like Lizzie McNeil and Brooke Reynolds are set to go in. Cooley with a shot on goal, and this is swallowed up by Busso. Avarella stymied by Hoffman. Great job once again by the Blair defender. Klein keeps it alive on the far sideline, and this one taken upfield by Van Gordon, it looks like. West centers it to Cooley. Cooley has some people ahead of her.
It is a good ball.
And this goes all the way down into the corner. Liana giving chase, and it'll be kicked out by Kittatinny. This will not be a corner kick, though. And that's a great kick, a centering pass, and Busso dives on top of it. Good awareness by the Kittatinny goaltender. Cooley looking for West on the head ball. West with both goals in today's game. She's got 3 goals in her past 2 games. An outstanding talent, outstanding young talent. Only a sophomore. really having a night here under the lights against a local rival as she puts another one towards the net, and this one is saved by Busso.
Quite the kick. Almost snuck in under the crossbar.
Tough to defend perfect shots.
Yeah, she's had a couple.
Brooke Reynolds in the game for the Buccaneers. And this is a shot by Irene Chung.
That's good to see, Tom. You know, even though they're sitting on a 2-0 lead with a half hour to go, they're continuing to apply pressure. Just keep firing, keep firing. Don't let them get a chance to even take the ball down to their scoring side.
Seems like Irene Chung is a fan favorite as she crushed one towards the goal. Landed in the arms of Busso. Madison Harple to kick it away for Kittatinny. And this one, an opportunity for Fuchs, and Rachel Cooley comes out of the net, and that's what she does best. Outstanding decision there by Cooley to come out on it, take the chance, take the hit, and get the save.
Yeah, no fear there. She gave up her body and made a great stop.
Just over 19 to play here in the second half. Blair up 2-0. 2-0.
That's very good, Tom. The European in you is showing.
Jane Kim coming out of the game, I believe, for the first time today. She's been all over the field.
Yeah, it's the I don't know if you heard in the background, but the Blair faithful telling her to hydrate. She's been running around the entire time, so I'm sure she's exhausted.
Only a freshman, too, so this Blair team has a decent future ahead of them.
3 more years of her running around, that's always a good thing.
Busso coming out of the net. She will field the grounder.
That through ball was just a little too heavy.
And she will boot it away. Fuchs working well on the far sideline. Splits the Blair defenders. Avarella loses it, though, and this is Cooley in possession for the Bucks.
Couldn't quite convert a give and go there.
Van Gordon, the speedster for Kittatinny, looking to set herself up. And Hoffman gets it knocked away by Fuchs. Fuchs not able to get going on the offensive end here for Kittatinny. She is one of their biggest, if not the biggest, scoring threat. So Blair doing a great job of shutting down their best player.
Yeah, she's marked up very closely, so you're right, Tom, hasn't really had a chance to even put a shot on net.
There's Andrea Dorsa with a shot on goal. And Busso racking up the save count here in the second half as Blair has been just going after the net, kind of going against answering my question, whether or not you go for it or you stand back and you just focus on defense. Looks like Blair is being as aggressive as they can be right now. Coombs has a deflect off her right foot, giving chases McNeil. And McNeil looks like she's shoved down on the other side of the field. by Michelle Davis.
No
Or
call there.
Could have been
Refs
a
letting
trip.
it play.
Or they're just allowing this kind of play. West with the ball in the left corner, and she rockets it to the center of the field. And this will be knocked away by Kittatinny. Cooley with a shot towards the corner. And this will be possessed by Kittatinny.
That was a very nice cross, a good try. Just Blair couldn't get ahead on it. You know, they're continuing to apply pressure and going right after it. That's what they need to do, it looks like. I mean, 2-0, you can't really argue with the results here.
Brooke Reynolds giving chase on that play. Reynolds getting to play some midfield here for Blair. Very versatile player. Can play defense, can play mid, can score.
A couple of the Blair athletes on the sideline just put their jackets on and started warming up here, so we might see some subs soon.
Cooley to West, and it's a great pass, but deflected away, and Cooley just flings it towards the net. Busso getting a lot of work today in net for Kittatinny. Busso only a sophomore, so her and West will be seeing 3 more years of each other, or 2 more years after this year. Cooley looking for Reynolds down the sideline. And just
Little too hard.
reaches out of bounds.
Just a little too hard. She had a streaking forward, but couldn't quite catch up to it.
Just over 14 minutes to go here in the second half. Blair leads 2-0 over Kittatinny. 2 goals scored by Olivia West.
We have subs coming in.
And Asobi, as well as Sun Park, enter the game for the Buccaneers. Cooley putting on her own little highlight show here, being defended by Schoen. Andreas towards the net, and Busso will gobble this one up once again. This one deep into the Blair zone. Cooley going back and forth on whether or not to come out, and she'll come out and she'll just take it herself. With Rachel Cooley in net, you know, this Blair soccer team had some struggles to start the season off, but with the Maple League schedule getting underway here, Rachel Cooley playing like she's playing, Olivia West playing like she's playing, and the consistency of Rebecca Cooley, I mean, this team is going to be able to compete and scare some people in this league.
Fans clamoring for a foul there. It looked like a blatant push in the back, but referee signals play on.
Looks like this will be a corner kick for Kittatinny.
See Kittatinny very spread out across the box right now. We'll see if they converge once the ball's in the air here, but as of right now, they're very, very spread out.
Looks like Michelle Davis will kick it in, and Cooley will stop it. She's unable to get control of it, but luckily Park is there to get it out of the net, but Cooley, almost with her first blunder of the day, just couldn't hold on to it.
That shot came in hot, and she deflected it. She went for the catch, couldn't quite hang on to it, and chaos ensued momentarily.
Saw some chaos in the field hockey game earlier today.
I cannot believe that they don't wear more protection.
With two chaotic plays in the crease that led to penalty shots. Allie Stone was able to convert on both of those shots, leading Blair to a 2-0 victory.
We saw a few balls taken to the knee here. I mean, when they get good wood on them and rocket them, they're moving pretty quick. And not to mention the stick injured actually one of the Blair players' hands. I forget who it was, but she took a full swing to the back of the hand.
I think it was Brooke Aiken.
Yeah.
And you want to talk about how hard those balls are. We got smoked by a couple in pregame.
Yes, we did. Nothing was damaged, and we were okay, but it certainly scared me for a minute.
Yeah, my psyche's a little bit damaged, but
I don't think I can go to another field hockey game again. I'm frightened.
Other than that, it was okay. Busso boots this across midfield, and Blair just doing an excellent job keeping it away from the dangerous Kittatinny forwards. 10 minutes to go here in the second half.
Kittatinny's got to start taking some risks here. They have really only applied pressure a few times this half. They need to just start putting the ball on net.
Park looking for Reynolds. Reynolds unable to come up with it. Schoen backing her down. And she heaves it a good 20 yards.
We're going to have a rethrow here as a Kittatinny elected to sub.
Were you ever able to execute the flip throw?
No, but I was never a very good soccer player because I don't have any excuse. Maybe I couldn't run fast, but I did see it a couple times in a game. If Scott Hanrahan, if you're watching, I saw you do it in a game. Very impressed. I don't know how effective it is, but it certainly looked cool.
Yeah, it is one of the cooler looking things that, if pulled off, seems so unnecessary, but outstanding nonetheless.
I understand where it could possibly be more effective, and it has to do with momentum and torque on the body, but it's certainly an acrobatic effort. And
Fuchs looking for her first opportunity of the day, running alongside Hannah Klein, and taken down. We'll see what the call is.
Yeah, I think this was a push by Kittatinny, and it'll be Blair ball here.
So it appeared as if Fuchs was possibly trying to get a foul called against Blair, but to no avail. So Blair will take over, and Cooley will get to crush this one out of the Blair zone. And this will go off of Avarella and into the Kittatinny bench. So if Blair is able to take this one home, that means Strive will be 3-1 in our broadcasts for the Blair Buccaneers this fall.
Aren't we? We were a little bit of a good luck charm.
That's what I'm trying to get at here. Also, when Blair takes on Rutgers Prep in boys soccer on Wednesday, we will be here for that. Excited for it. That'll take place right here at Hampshire Field. Nice move by Sobey. And this one kicked towards Busso, and Busso will come out of the net and snatch it. Were you able to watch any of the Red Sox-Tigers game last night?
I did. I did watch a little bit. I fell asleep in the seventh inning, though. It was a long day for me. I won't talk about it. But, there's something about fall baseball, October baseball specifically.
Right.
I keep up with it during the year, but it just becomes so much more exciting and important to me in October. As you can tell, I was able to stay awake for nearly the entire game.
Yeah. Well, it was a fun one, not really back and forth. Tigers dominated the whole game. Then Ortiz hit a grand slam.
Yeah, I saw what I saw was the.
And here comes West. West going for the hat trick. Down across the field, and this one just outside of the net.
I saw in the Sox game, it was, I believe, in the 6th inning where they went home run, double, double, home run.
Did they start off with a home run? I don't know. I think it was single, double, walk, home run.
Well, whatever it was, they had no one warming up in the bullpen, and then they just kind of fell apart.
Oh, you're talking about what happened to Buchholz on the mound?
Yeah.
So the Tigers were. Yes, you were right. And that it seemed over because Scherzer was in control.
Right.
And this is Fuchs on the far sideline. Now this is Fuchs. Kittatinny looking for some sort of life on the offensive end.
Here's a good through ball.
Towards the net. Van Gordon looking for it, and there's Becca Cooley. Or no, I'm sorry, that's Casey Witt ruining the fun for Kittatinny. This is Becca Cooley looking for Reynolds. Reynolds controls it. Comes back to the near sideline. Andrea Dorsa. Off to Cooley. Cooley having some fun at the middle of the field. Finds McNeil. And McNeil trying to keep it away from Kittatinny. He's got Avarella on her right. And Coombs on her left. And this one deep into Blair territory. Van Gordon. And this one is kicked away by Park. Good job by Park getting back on D and getting in front of the speedy Van Gordon.
Kittatinny just can't seem to catch a break. Nothing's falling their way here.
Blair really dominating this whole second half. Really keeping it out of their own zone.
Yeah, ball possession, I mean, is just incredible by Blair. They've held on to it for nearly the entire second half.
Fuchs trying to get something going here. Looking for the centering pass, and this one is just behind her teammate. That's Danielle Amabile. I apologize to Danielle and her family if that pronunciation is butchered. Park fighting for possession. And Park and Reynolds able to secure it for Blair. There is Dorsa. Sorry, that's Sobey. This is West. West looking for goal number 3.
Very familiar look right there.
She goes with the right, and Coombs is there to block it. Park doing a great job today. Cooley finds West. West is all alone.
Just over the head. I believe that was offsides anyway.
West a good 5 yards beyond the closest defender for Kittatinny.
Cheating's trying.
And Coombs will give this one a boot. And this might be a foul on Kittatinny, and Blair will take over.
A little bit extra contact.
Well, too much physicality. We've seen one yellow card today, and I believe that went to Olivia West earlier in the game. Two minutes to go here in the game. Blair leads 2-0. Eileen Chung ready to come in for the Buccaneers. Chung started the game. And this one centered, and Cooley will snatch it up before Kittatinny can attempt to put a shot on net. That's Danielle Amabili once again. So Wednesday afternoon, Blair Academy will take on Rutgers Prep, the boys soccer team, and it will be right here at Hampshire Field, and we will have live coverage of it. I believe it starts at 4:30. Reynolds looking for Dorsa. Dorsa speeding down the right sideline, and she will keep it inbounds. Dorsa finds Cooley. Cooley, I believe, has yet to come off the field all game. And that is her MO. All over the field, nonstop. Cooley finds Dorsa in the corner. And Park loses it to Van Gordon. And Hannah Klein will kick this one out of bounds. So that will do it here at Hampshire Field as the Blair Buccaneers take down Kittatinny Regional High School by a score of 2-0. Both goals were scored. Both goals were scored by Olivia West, the sophomore left footer, who on a breakaway put one right past the goaltender. And another cross field shot. This is the one in the second half that confused me a little bit. I thought she was going to pass it, but it just wound up in the back of the net. Check out this unbelievable shot right over the outstretched arms of Maddie Busso, the goalie for Kittatinny. And then earlier in the first half, we're going to take a look at the first goal of the game. That's her celebrating. And we'll get down to the ball eventually. But a really well-played game here by the Blair Buccaneers. Obviously, defensively, they did an outstanding job. Their goalie, Rachel Cooley, did a fantastic job. And here's the goal. The first goal to Wes, an outstanding ball. And Wes doing a great job just beating the defenders, getting past everybody, and the presence of mind from about 20 yards out to get it past the goaltender for Kittatinny, who was leaning right, and Olivia West just put it past her on the left corner. An outstanding job by the sophomore. So, Derek, a hard-fought defensive matchup. Really impressive game by West, Cooley, and the whole gang here for the Blair Buccaneers. What impressed you the most out of this game?
It was really how commanding this Blair team was with ball control. Time of possession is so important in these games, and you can see it 2-0. And if we were keeping track here, I think we'd see Blair with time of possession a half hour out of 80, more than a half hour, probably almost 60 minutes of ball possession, just because their midfielders were able to control the pace. They were able to put passes on right on bodies. So them being able to do that allowed them to be patient and apply steady pressure, which gave them opportunities, and ultimately 2 goals by West.
Two straight home wins for the Blair Buccaneers. Their next game, they will travel to Whippany Park on October the 16th, and then they will continue their Maple schedule, and they hope to do so with a continued amount of momentum that they keep gaining here on their home field. They'll take on Mercersburg Academy on Saturday at 1:30 as the entire fall sports programs. All of this fall sports programs will head out to Mercersburg, and then they have Newark Academy, Hill, and North Warren all on the road. They'll welcome Lawrenceville for their final home game of the season, and then they will be at Petty for the Blair Petty Day, November 9th. So we had a field hockey win. We had a football win on Saturday for the Buccaneers, a field hockey win 2-0 over Newton High School earlier in the day, and a 2-0 victory over Kittatinny Regional High School for the girls soccer team. And hopefully that trend continues for Blair on Wednesday as the men's soccer team takes on Rutgers Prep right here at Hampshire Field. I believe that start time is 4:30, and we will have all the coverage for you right then. For Derek Raymond, I'm Tom Monfiletto. Thanks so much for joining us. Have a great evening, everyone, and we'll see you Wednesday.